Hi, yeah, so I have this, well, it's a comic book mystery bag, I guess. Or, yeah, they're calling it a comic collection. So, yeah, I saw this when I was in B&M, looking to get some other bits and pieces, but these kind of discount stores like B&M and Home Bargains, you go in for one thing and then you end up finding something else very good. Yeah, I saw it, it's $5.99. It says it contains 5 comics. So you know how many comics you're getting? You're getting 5 comics, and it's saying £20 plus worth of comics. Now, when they say that kind of thing on these mystery bags, they're usually going by what the RRP is of the item. And of course, a lot of shops, you know, won't actually charge you RRP. Like a lot of places will charge less than that. So when they sort of say it's worth that much, maybe, maybe not. And I think they do these mystery bags and boxes and stuff. A lot of the time it's sort of to sell off surplus stock that hasn't sold, but you know that you know, it's obviously a good business model to do, and also it doesn't necessarily mean what's going to be inside isn't going to be good, because it all depends on what you like, really. Sometimes it can just be a case of things were overstocked, and you know it could still be a really good thing inside. And I mean, whether this is going to be value or not, it's just going to depend what, you know, if you like the comic in particular that's inside, or the 5 comics that are inside. There's a good chance you might, if you like your comics, because there are 5 in there. So let's get inside and see what we get, really. I do like the fun of these mystery bags. So I'm going to open it up from there. It's got a thing to open it up. It also is, interestingly, in a resealable bag, so you can keep your comics fresh, so they don't go stale. No, I don't. That's interesting to do a resealable bag. Well, I guess it's something if you wanted to keep them in, and maybe it was to secure it a bit. So yeah, I've got now. Oh, I didn't quite rip it right actually at the top, so it's I didn't rip very well because it's not, still not quite open. That was me. I don't think I. There we go. So I'm just going to pick them up as they come, and let's see what we get. I do like a large variety of comics, so there's a very good chance there'll be something that I like. Well, this is a very interesting one. It's sort of a vertical cover by the looks of it. Or no, actually, I don't know. Or maybe you are meant to hold it horizontally, because you've got that on the back. So what is this? This is called Eckholdens. No, I'm not sure what it's called. Echo Lands, right? Yeah, inside I could see from that font a bit more what it's called. Right, I'm not familiar with Echo Lands. Hope's Crucible is the name of this particular issue. I'm not familiar with it. Nice artwork. I like the format on this comic. A bit different to your typical style with the way it's presented. Yeah, I like the way it opens up actually. Very good. I don't know anything about this. Just flicking through it, looks like it might be a sci-fi series. So I'll look into this, but this is the great thing, you know, you might discover something you've never read before and end up being a fan. Yeah, it's got something called The Echo in it, a magazine for the open-minded, a Spell with the Wizard, part 5. Some interesting extra features. There's quite a lot of extra features, so I have to have a look at those. Right, well, I'm going to look into this, and I'm obviously going to read it and see what that's all about. Very good. So that's the first one. Whoops, I accidentally knocked my camera light. Oh, this is one I'm familiar with and have never read, so this would be good to read. So this is issue 18 from Marvel, and this is Hellions. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've seen this just in like, comic book shop stands, but I don't really know a lot about it actually, other than it's from Marvel. Yeah, very typical sort of Marvel style, their classic sort of style in this modern era. Well, definitely give that a read and actually find out a bit about what it's about. Good so far. Right, third one's a bit stuck now I've got it. Ah, this one looks like maybe it's more of an indie comic. This is called Damn Them All. Possibly, not always, you can't always tell by the cover, but it looks like it might be more of a mature one. It's from Boom Studios. I am familiar with that. Yeah, it is. Just looking through, it looks like it's a bit darker, a bit more gritty, and possibly, yeah, a bit maybe a bit gory in parts. Yeah, so got some kind of aliens or monsters going on. But yeah, it does look like it's slightly more for mature readers. Yeah, I give this one a go. It's talking about something called Mech Cadets. That's on Netflix. I'm not familiar with that. Is that based on a comic book from this studio, maybe? Boom Studio. Oh yeah, they're showing it there. And there's a Netflix series. I'll have to look into that. It's interesting. I'm pretty sure I have read some things on Boom Studios before, but I can't remember off the top of my head what titles. Right, what have we got next? The fourth one. Love Everlasting. Okay. The Hunt for Love. Interesting. Not familiar with this title. So, yeah, these comics, by the way, are in mint condition, really mint conditions. I think they've come straight off, like a, you know, a I don't know how to put it. They're fresh off the press. You know, they're not second hand by the feel of it, because I wasn't sure. Looks very interesting. Looks like a romance stroke action series. Very interesting. I've been introduced to 3 titles that I'm not familiar with, and one that I am, but I've never read. And let's see what we've got at the end. Oh, no, this is up my street. This is called Gunslinger. Gunslinger Spawn, and this is from Image. I am a big fan of Image and their comics, including Spawn. They're probably their most famous of all. Also, they have Witchblade, don't they? I'm a big fan of Witchblade. Yeah, this is called Gunslinger, and I do like a Western comic, so I'm guessing this is a kind of Western. Gunslinger Spawn, I'm not that familiar with it. I think I've just probably seen the title. Oh, I really like the artwork in this one, and yeah, look forward to reading this. Of course, well, no, I've just realised I'm saying, oh, it's Spawn. About it, like, I'm a big fan of Spawn, and that's one of the things that Image are famous for. But I did, and I literally read it's called Gunslinger Spawn, but that didn't. I was thinking in my head, oh, that's just a coincidence, but it is actually to do with Spawn. So yeah, no, so I'm actually not too familiar with this. I was maybe thinking of something else. I just like saw Spawn inside, and I was like, okay, now I get it. So this is like Spawn in a Western format, maybe. Very interesting. Well, I really look forward to reading that one, especially. That should be good. Now, one of the things I was going to say is these are random issues, but even if it's a random issue and you sort of, I mean, you can either sort of read it as it is, you know, take the story from there, but often they will start the book with a bit of a recap of what's happened over previous issues, or obviously you can sort of go online and just kind of see what's going on with the story and then pick up from there. Because I wouldn't say any of these, no, none of these were issue 1, none of them were sort of jump on issues, but that's okay. You can always, you know, as I say, find it out what's happened, or just read from there and go from there. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? This is 5 comics for $5.99 in this day and age is very, very good. That's almost, you know, it's just over £1 each, really, almost £1 each. Yeah, that is good. We have to say, you can't normally get comics for that price, brand new. And obviously you also get the fun of it being in a mystery format. Good old B&M, good at this sort of thing. Where I saw the comics was where they had their pop culture bag that I got before, the $29.99 one. But they also had next to it a $9.99 one, so I'd like to try that sometime, see what you get for $9.99. So yeah, it's good they've been having these in stock. Yeah, personally, I'm very pleased with that. I think that is very good. Yeah, I'd be interested if anyone else has purchased one of these, if you have them in your local B&M perhaps, and what you thought of them, because Yeah, I think that is a really, really good way to get comics that cheap. Sometimes in a comic book shop you can find some for £1. You might do at a car boot sale. I rarely see. Actually, I was going to say I rarely see comic books in a charity shop. And there's a charity shop in Swindon, a big cancer research, great charity shop. They always now have comics. They seem to always have some. I will say though, unfortunately, they overprice them. I feel like they're sort of gone a bit online and sort of seen what one might occasionally sell us, or it seems more of their listed price but not selling price, because they seem to be charging a bit over the odds to what people would pay for them, which is a shame. And I've noticed they don't seem to sell that quickly, and I wonder if that's why. I think they could lower the price down a bit and people would definitely buy them because they're comics. People love comics, but yeah, slightly overpricing them. So you do find that sometimes in charity shops, but I mean, this is a very, very fair price. So yeah, very, very good. Good old B&M adding to their collectible stuff. Really, really good. Great to collect comics, and also of course great to read.